I think you say something very interesting. I've heard you say it recently, like that first initial conversation that you have with agents, you're challenging from the jump. You talked about how you used to sell this opportunity on how great it is and the rainbows and unicorns. And now you've been 8-9 years into this business. Like, can you please elaborate on what that first initial conversation looks like with a new agent or a new recruit that you're bringing into this business?
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking in first conversation ever, like I don't know them from a hole in the wall. Is that what you mean? Like they're like, I don't even know them? Yeah.
Yes.
So for me, dude, I'm trying to find out, especially now, like, dude, 8 years ago, we had to sell who we are because we weren't FFL at the time. You know what I mean? It was some random ass company trying to break into a space. Today, if you don't know about FFL or don't find out about it, you're trying really hard to not know. Like, we are the player today, right? And it's like, dude, do you think Alabama has to sell Alabama on people coming there to play college football? Zero. But like North Shore Community College, where I went, who by the way doesn't even have a football program, they'd have to sell people on coming. You know what I mean? Like, there'd have to be some added. But Alabama's just like, what is Alabama looking for? The right fit, the right player, the one who's going to follow a system, the one who's going to be coachable, the one who's going to work their butt off when they don't even have to, right? They're looking for a certain person, right? And I've been around this long enough to understand that it takes a certain type of person and mentality to do well in this business. You know, so for me at the beginning, dude, I'm trying to find out how much they've looked into this, right? Because I'm not pitching them. Zero chance I'm pitching someone. You know, I want to know how much they've looked into this and what attracted them to this. I want to know if they understand that it's 1099, commission only, and they got to buy leads. If you don't understand those three things or you haven't researched it, I'm out. Do this a 30-second, 2-minute conversation. I mean, maybe it ends where, hey, go check it out and call me back. It varies. But dude, I'm not going like, all right, well, here's how it works. We do mailers and, you know, if someone sends them back public, like I used to do that, dude. And I have no interest anymore. You know, and I understand much like clients, like they need us way more than we need them. And I understand much like a client fills out a lead because we know they need insurance and it's really your job to just not mess it up. I understand that the person that I'm talking to is unhappy with their current situation. And I have a situation that can improve them. But are they willing to do what it takes in the middle to get there? And all I want, dude, for me, what I look for is I want someone that wants to help their family as much as I did mine. You got to be coachable. You have to do the things you say you're going to do. And if you can't do those things, I need you to communicate with me. That's it. Dude, you do that, me and you are good. Right? Because I can walk you through success here. I can tell you everything to do. And it's not because I'm perfect and magic, but dude, I've walked it. I've walked the walk. I was taught how to do this. I can certainly point you in the direction. I can promote you. I can tell you where to get the information. I ain't coming to get you out of bed in the morning, right? But I can give you direction. And if you're willing to go out of your way to learn this industry and learn this career, dude, I'm your guy. I don't need skill set at all. I need effort. And so I let people know, dude, if again, that's what I'm looking for. Are you those things? Yes. And then I'll talk about, do you have X amount for lead? What's your lead budget? What's your schedule? What can you commit to this? Does your family understand what you're getting into? Are you willing to sacrifice A, B, C? I get to know them a little bit. You know what I mean? If they pass those initial thresholds, well, now I want to understand their situation, because if they're married or not, different. If they got kids or not, it's different. If they got money or not, it's different. Just like y'all do a financial inventory, we don't just go in and offer one product. We need to understand so we can solve a problem, right? So for me, if they pass that initial threshold of those basics, now I'm trying to find out where they're at in life, right? Whatever that is, then where they want to go. And then I challenge them on what they're willing to sacrifice. Meaning in my situation, dude, I was 35, 36 when I started this. I had 5 kids. I had a full-time job that I commuted an hour and a half each way to, right? So if I'm talking to myself, I'm like, all right, well, do you have any money? No, I'm broke. All right, well, what's your plan with leads? Well, I have a full-time job and I'm willing to put X amount in a week and I'll do it part-time. All right, well, when can you do it part-time? What do you plan on your schedule? Well, I can do Monday, Tuesday night. I can do Saturdays. I can do this, that, the other. And for me, I'm like, all right, is your family on board? Like, is your wife all in? Do they know? Like, I want to know that stuff, because I've been burned so many times down the road where, you know, it comes time to buy leads and they're like, ooh, my wife won't let me. My husband won't let me, or I can't run because my kid's got soccer on Saturday, or I can't get on that call because, and there's all these excuses start. So I'm challenged, just like in-home, dude. You get beat up with objections. Like, you can learn how to overcome those objections. I ain't mad at you. But what's the best way? Prevent them. If you say the right stuff at the beginning, you never get that objection. So I've just learned, because I've talked to thousands and thousands and thousands of agents over the years, dude. I've learned what the common objections are, what the excuses are, what the roadblocks are. So now that goes into my conversation. I can do this off the rip because I've done it so many times, but I had to make it for me, and y'all got to make it for you. If you don't speak like I don't, all good. Do you figure out who you want to work with, you know? But that's what I needed, because for me, the frustration in building this thing came, I learned, from a lack of clarity on my end. Me and them weren't on the same page, right? Which caused frustration because I had expectations. If I have expectations of you and you don't do things, now I'm frustrated. Why do I have expectations of you? Because we're unclear. So I like to provide that clarity, and questions for me provide clarity, because now you're telling me everything you want. I don't care if you want to make 80 grand or 80 million. I don't care. But you tell me where you're at, where you want to go, and I'll give you the path in the middle. And I just want to know if you're willing to follow it. You ain't going to be perfect. You can be a train wreck. But dude, if you're working hard and you're doing the things you say you're going to do, and you're communicating and you're coachable, I'm in. If you don't follow the path, and I've told a zillion people this, dude, you don't follow the path, I ain't mad at you, but I promise I'm gonna quit you before you quit me. Is that fair? I've never had someone tell me no. And I've had a lot of people come back to me later and go, man, when you said you were gonna quit me, I was pissed. But now it was a challenge. You know what I mean? That's just the way, but that's how I communicate. That's me. You know what I mean? You do it your way, however you gotta do it. And you know, from there, dude, it's just giving them small steps. You know, I think the mistake that myself and others made is we give them 9,000 things to do, or we want it all automated, or we want our staff to do everything, or whatever it is. And I've learned to just give, like, hey, Gage, do this and call me back. Like, hey, dude, can you go register for class today? Yep. Do me a favor, bro. When you register, just shoot me a text. Let me know you're in so I can mark you off. Okay. Dude, they don't shoot me a text and mark me off. I'm good. That's my answer, because I talked about communication. Yep. Like, we're on the same page now. I don't have to follow up. That's him telling me he doesn't need my help right now. If he comes back around, he comes back around. All good. Yeah. You know, we getting someone in the CRM, buying leads. Hey, dude, go in the CRM, look at whatever areas you want to run in, pick out the leads you want, buy them. Let me know when you're done, and we'll connect then. I'll give you the next step. You know what I mean? Go get the pricing software. When you get those on your phone, let me know, and I'll give you the next step. Go do this, give me back. Go do this, hit me back. Go do that. In the entire process, one thing, come back to me. And so it puts the responsibility, it puts the responsibility of communication on them. And again, I asked them if they're going to be coachable, and I asked them if they're going to communicate. They said yes. So I'm already in. So now you don't, dude, there's no confusion from me. You know what I mean? And it doesn't mean everyone goes through, but the frustration, that mental energy that goes into, like, wondering and following up and begging them and getting all annoyed out of it. Like, we all get pissed about this process of onboarding people. I don't get pissed at all, dude. No more. I used to. Ask Killaman. I was the worst, dude. I used to, like, blow people out. Everyone was quitting on me because I was so frustrated. I had to learn how to communicate. I had to learn how to listen. And for me, it became really important, like, to understand what you hear versus what I say, because you might hear something different than what I say. So I had to get really good at communicating and being clear and paying attention to your responses to make sure we're on the same page. And that clarity is what's allowed me to really scale this thing.
No, that makes sense. I think that when you give